And now we're joined by Dr. Prochaska. And Dr. Prochaska, first off, thank you for joining us this morning. I know you're one of the many, many busy people on campus,
Yes.
especially this time of year. A lot of people think college kind of slows down before it starts, but for you, it's running 24/7.
It is. It is. This summer, we're involved with the Summer Institute. The Summer Institute is this big umbrella that all summer programs, summer academic programs run through instructional services. So we have several different facets to the Summer Institute. The first facet that I would like to discuss is the LEAP Summer Bridge Program.
Okay.
Our LEAP Summer Bridge Program, it provides our students an opportunity to come on campus for the month of July. They're here for 4.5 weeks, and they take college algebra with a lab, and they take college life. They can live on campus or commute, and this gives those students an opportunity to get accustomed to life as a college student, maybe tackle their nemesis, which might be algebra.
Right.
It's a lot of folks have an aversion to college algebra, so this gives them an opportunity to focus on that one class in college life and to take care of that, get that accomplished, and then prepare them for the fall semester.
Yeah, this is a great program. It's something I really wished whenever I was in college just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Because whenever I graduated with a class of 23, went straight into Mississippi State. In my first class, I had 180 people, and my teacher was on a video board.
Yes.
And I had graduate assistants. So not taking anything away from where I graduated,
Right.
but I was not ready for college.
Right.
And there's just some people that's just not ready for it. And
That's right.
just talk about why this is important to get those people adapted, because if they can get adapted confidence early, it can really lead to a lot of confidence later on.
It really can, and we have one of our best algebra instructors teaching the college algebra, Bobby Gerald.
Oh, you can't beat
And
Bobby.
he's just a rock star in the
Yes.
algebra world as far as I'm concerned. And he has such great success with these students. And it's because there are lots of facets that factor into the success of this program. Last year we had 88% success rate
Oh, that's awesome.
with these students. That means 88% of the students that were in this program made an A, B, or C in college algebra. That's phenomenal, and it's because of Bobby Gerald's teaching style. It's because they have academic support. These students go to study hall a couple hours, 4 hours a week, depending. And so they have academic support, and we try to ease them into college life and tackle that nemesis of college algebra, when they only have a couple classes to focus on.
And I think Bobby's a great example of our faculty here.
Absolutely.
Because at ICC, and we're not, obviously it's an ICC show, but, there's teachers that care.
Oh.
There's difference in teachers that are here to get a paycheck, teachers that care. And it's really that family atmosphere, whether it be academics, athletics, that really shines through here at ICC.
It is. Bobby he has bought into this program, and he has ownership of this program, and he loves working with the summer students. And so he really goes all out. And he is teaching 2 summer college algebra classes back to back. So he is in algebra, teaching algebra from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the month of July.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah, it is. And, math is an intimidating thing, especially when you come from high school and to college. You do have some great teachers on the high school level that prepare you, but for some people, numbers just don't work. And just talk about the importance of easing them into that.
I just think it's important because not only are some people not good at it, some people may be better at it than they realize, but they just may have a mental block when it comes to math or algebra. And he helps dispel that. And he just makes them comfortable and feel successful. I know I was checking on one student that I was concerned about this week, and they had their first test, and he sent me an email back and said this student made a 100 on that test.
That's awesome.
And I was so excited because this was the student I was worried about.
Yeah.
But he he gave the student confidence.
Yeah.
He helped give that student confidence.
Let's talk about that aspect of your job, and we'll come back to the Summer Institute. And for you and other teachers, that has to be rewarding when you see a student get it and then they succeed.
Yes.
It's almost like they're your child, and you're like,
Yes.
you got it. Yes, you want to celebrate that. How does that feel?
Oh man, that's one of the best things about being an educator. I try to learn all my students' names. I try to get to know them personally, and it depends on the semester, but in the fall semester I'll probably have about 300 students. And you want to get to know them, because I tell them all the time, I can't wait to see you in 10 years as we're walking through the mall and you introduce me to your family and you tell me about your life and how you're successful in your life. And it doesn't matter what that success looks like, as long as it's success for you.
Absolutely.
We all come in at different levels: academic preparedness, socioeconomic levels, but we all need to be successful in some way, and that's one of the coolest things. So I feel like, as an educator, it's so important to impact that student in a positive manner.
Absolutely. And we're talking with Dr. Prochaska. Dr. Prochaska, real quick, tell about your title and what you do here at ICC.
Okay. Well, I am the division chair for the College Life Division, which is Learning and Life Skills. That's the official title. And I'm the director of the Summer Institute. And the Summer Institute, it encompasses the LEAP Summer Bridge program. It also encompasses our summer athletic program, where we have athletes that come on campus for training and prep for their athletic season, and they're taking classes, and so we provide academic support for them and organization for them. And then the Musicians Academy. We started.
This is very unique, guys. This is pretty
very unique, and we're probably going to be adding to our Summer Institute next summer with a couple additional programs. But our Musicians Academy, we really focus on those music majors and those band students and choir students, and we're just trying to provide them a little additional skill, technique in musicianship. Dr. Patrick teaches our fundamentals of music. He's one of the best. So he gets to know those students, and of course he has a great success rate. And it also gets those students on campus so they can start making those contacts, start becoming accustomed to campus and familiar with campus and living on campus, or just what it means to be in a music program at a college. And so he helps them make that transition.
And for people listening, it may not sound like a big transition, but for me personally, that was the biggest thing. I came out of a structured from 8 to 3 that had practice after school. So my 12-hour day was full. When I went to Mississippi State, I might have had an 8 o'clock class, and then golf, and then another class. Well, I had a tendency of thinking, I can go another time. So I was out of that structured. So it's pretty important to get those kids accustomed to a different schedule.
It is, and that's a lot of what we do with the Summer Institute. We do provide structure, and they appreciate that. Sometimes they will vocalize that they may not like it, but deep down, they're like, man, I'm so glad I had that study hall, because that forced me to do my homework in college algebra with my math lab, which helped me in the end, on my test. And so that's structure. That's one of the things that we go over in our college life. As the division chair for the Learning and Life Skills Division, college life is the bulk of what we teach in our division, and we look at time management skills, because like you said, they were in a structured environment, and now they're not in.
And they're on their own.
Yes, they're on their own. They're making their own decisions. And a lot of students come to us very prepared to do so.
Right.
But a lot of students come to us not prepared in that manner. So it really helps them when we sit down with them and we say, okay, what do you have on Monday? Let's look at pockets of time that you can go to the library and study, read over your notes, prepare for your next class. Let's look at that. Let's look at what your day on Tuesday looks like. Let's look at your schedule on Wednesday. And so we do that with them, and
it's kind of like a blueprint to be successful.
It is, and they have to have that. I mean, you know, if I'm driving somewhere, I have a plan. I know which road, which highway I'm going to take to get there. I have a destination. But sometimes students go to college and don't have a destination and don't know how to get there, even if they did have a destination. So that's a lot of what we study in college life: time management, study skills, learning style. I am a visual learner and a read-write learner.
Yep.
My son is an oral learner.
Yep.
So we learn totally different. And it's important as an instructor that I know which students in my classes are oral learners, which are kinesthetic learners, because that I know that I have to be able to include them in my learning, in my lecture style.
And it's kind of amazing that, and this is one thing I learned in time as well, that in high school I studied one way, but then once I got to college, and actually when I got to ICC, you know, I had somebody say, look, you get it better when you do this.
Yes.
And I never knew that.
Yes.
You know, I just assumed I had to do this or I had to do that because everybody else was doing it, and then that helped me be successful.
Yes. You know, a lot of students are not aware of what kind of learning preference they have. So when they find that, it's like a key. You know, that gives them a key to opening a door that will help them be successful in college. We also look at how to manage their money.
Yes.
You know, they don't know that. Campus resources. What resources do we have here at ICC that can help them? It might be a career counselor. It might be the financial aid department. And so often we find students that have a problem, have a question, and they just don't know where to go or who to ask. Yesterday I was in the cafeteria at lunch and I talked to a student and I said, how are things going? You know, do you need any help? And he's like, well, yeah, I need a biology book. I have a test tomorrow in biology. And he didn't know. He had been talking to financial aid about it and getting that set up, but he just, you know, was stuck. So I just figured out how I could help him, and you know, we found the answer.
That's awesome.
But he hadn't asked anyone.
And that's really the key. If you don't know, ask, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help. In that sense. Well, Dr. Prochaska, I know we could probably talk for another 20 minutes, so we'll revisit on another show as well. But real quick, for those parents that maybe want to encourage their kids to do it, or maybe some students, future students that are watching, how can they find you and your team to be able to come to you and say, hey, I need help?
Okay. My office is in the Technical Education Building. I'm on the first floor. It's the College Life Office Suite. And I'm available on the college website under Prochaska. And so you can email me at bgprochaska@iccms.edu.
Awesome. And just one thing, it's always a favorite story of mine to tell before we close out. Every time I interview Pernell or talk to Pernell McPhee, you're one of the names he mentions. And that's just proof that what you guys do, that extra time you go in, no matter if it's a Super Bowl champion or somebody's just going to go to work, they truly appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you.